Okay. All right, here's another tool, a stone tool made by the same process of chipping flint, like whittling rock, that was used to make the projectile points. This is a tool made at the same time, about 10,000 years ago. But this is an adze. It's a woodworking tool. And it's an adze that, if you look at it here, this is the cutting edge. This tool is hafted in this fashion, and it chops, and it's used as a cutting material in the same way that if you look at an adze and you Google the word adze and look at it, this is an adze that was used 10,000 years ago right here in Bexar County. It's a common tool. At the Richard Beene Site, we had almost as many adzes as we did projectile points. So one thing that we know when we find these stone adzes, and we also find them complete and broken, and these are resharpened in the same way that stone tools were, the projectile points were resharpened. This is a fairly complete one, but as it gets dull, they would flake this edge. They would take flakes off here, and sometimes one big flake that they would peel off, and that creates an edge that's razor sharp. And you want to know how sharp stone tool is that's a razor sharp stone tool. You can take the edge and scrape it across paper, and it will cut paper just as smooth as a razor blade would cut paper. So this is very sharp, but because it's also friable, it breaks easy. So the edge had to be a really thick angle like this to take a huge blow. This is used much like an axe. It has a big handle on it. So this tool made the handles for knives. It made the bow itself, and an adze probably made the handle for the adze. They made stone bowls. They made wooden bowls, and they made wooden pestles as well to crush up plants. And so this tool, when you find adze working tools, it's another indication that this is a campsite with the whole families there. It's not a hunting expedition, it's not a gathering expedition, but the whole family, mom, pop, and the kids are probably in camp there. And we don't know who used adzes. Ethnographically, adzes are used primarily by men, but we don't know that for certain. But this one again is 10,000 years old, and at the Richard Beene Site, at the components, that places we excavated that were 10,000 years old, we had all of the tools necessary to maintain a campsite. And we had evidence of the fireplaces, and now we get toward cooking, and women represented in the archaeological record, which we don't see nearly as much if we focus on hunting tools.